John Bollinger with Premier Guitar. Today we're doing a review demo of the HeadRush Pedalboard. Now, we're in an age where this is becoming, the future is now. These are becoming more and more common. And these guys are doing it really well. Before I tell you all about it, I'll tell you about how we're recording it. I'm just playing, this is my stock PRS David Grissom. I'm running directly into it with a Klotz cable. Then out of this, we're doing a double whammy. I'm running two XLRs out directly into a Apogee Quartet into Pro Tools. And that's giving us our direct send. So we're hearing those effects, you should be hearing them in stereo and giving you just a direct signal. In addition to that, we are running the line out, the mono line out, directly into the effects return of this Fender Supersonic amp. So essentially, all this is, this Supersonic is just a clean platform. There's no preamp or anything like that. So all the amp modeling, the amp you're hearing is the amp modeling from this. And we're miking that with the Royer R121, and that's going to the Apogee as well. So we're giving the best of both worlds. On the intro, that was just the direct signal. So here's the HeadRush just running into the amp. And again, we're getting all of our preamp sounds from the HeadRush. This is just a way of amplifying it. What HeadRush has done really well is they've given players every kind of conceivable option. Say you're in the studio and you want to just run direct. Now by studio used to be, you'd go into a big room. Now studio can very well be just your friend in a laptop. But as long as you've got an interface with even one or two XLRs or 1/4 inch inputs, you can get this killer rig direct like that. Or say you're in a live application. You could, if it's a plug and play situation where it's, like say, backline, you could just show up with this, send a couple leads to the front of house, and then run it back through the monitors and be good to go. Or if you have an amp you love, run it into the amp, hear that thing behind you. That's a great option that they've done really well. But I'll tell you about the thing that impresses me most about the HeadRush, and that is that it allows you to edit everything right on the floor with your feet. So dig this. Say we're in this is just a preset that they have, but say you think that the overdrive is not dirty enough. Well, this is too cool. Here's your distortion, DC distortion. Press on that, and it will let you adjust with your foot. I'm using the volume pedal over there to dial in how much distortion I want. How cool is that, right? Say I want to make it louder as well. Right there. You have, okay, volume, bass, treble, gain. All these things you can adjust with your feet. It's amazing. So go back to it, flip it on, see how we do. Now, I kind of overdid, but it was to make a point. But the point of this is you can edit all this jazz with your feet in real time as you're playing. And what I love about it, when I'm tweaking on gear, when I have to change a parameter, I can't play. This way you can actually be playing as you tweak. Let me try that again with something. Let's go to, okay, they have a tape delay here. And it's, let's say we want to change that a little bit. So I'll hold it down. And now it's going to give us the options of what we'd like. Say I want a really crazy long feedback. Too much? Just dial it back. How easy is that, right? what's cool about that as well, not only can you adjust these things and set them and forget them, but you can adjust on the fly like an expression pedal, which is really amazing. So you want to turn up that mix as you go. It's pretty amazing. And that's what I love about this thing. It is really designed with players in mind. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but these are the people, the design team of this are the people that brought you the 11 rack. And now they're putting it all in a very sturdy, and I mean sturdy, pedal board. This thing, I think about my first multi-effects pedal. It was cheap plastic that disintegrated after stomping on it for about a year. This thing is built like a car, really. I mean, this pedal right here feels substantial. Everything on the damn thing, you could really stomp it, and it's going to hold up to it. I love that. And here's my favorite thing about it. Look at this display unit. Okay, behold, the tuner, which I need right now after beating this thing. I mean, you could see that from, well, if not outer space, at least from, a ways away. In any kind of conditions, it really shows up. In fact, everything shows up really well on this. So that's where I think a lot of these people go wrong designing these. They give you the capability of hooking up to a computer and editing like that, which this has as well. But more importantly, a lot of these units, they've got a tiny screen, and it's almost these old school fonts that you can barely see. It seems very primitive by today's standards. This thing looks like an iPad. I mean, you can read everything perfectly. So let me pick up my pick and show you some more bits about this editing. Okay, obviously it has phones out, auxiliary out, all these big knobs, easy enough to adjust. But here's where your money is. You can add and subtract whatever you like. Say you want something here. We'll say, let's put in a crazy modulation. So we'll go here and we'll say, okay, how about a flanger? Sure, why not? Okay, let's go with that flange. Then you'll see over here on this part of the pedal board, it corresponds with it. This says flanger right here. Turn on, turn off. Let's see what happens. Man, am I glad I chose that effect. That is just too cool. Say it's too much. Well, stomp on that for a second, and you can make that depth a little more subtle. Or go extreme. I mean, that is just so cool. I love that. I love that you have all these effects. And there's also a line out where you could add your own effects, but I couldn't imagine what you'd add. I mean, we all have our favorite pedals, but the beauty of this is I find the more you add, the more there is to break. The more that will go wrong, the more cables that will short out at the wrong time or whatever, or batteries will die or whatever. This thing, everything is just clean and right there. On the way in, too, you notice I played that looper, and this right here, most of these presets have a loop on it. And look at that, the readout on it is just huge and fabulous. So you can do something like, and right here it gives you everything. It just tells you what you need. Right here it start, record, insert, peel. So if you make a mistake, it'll peel it back. Mute, reverse. I mean, it's all so simple. I didn't look at a manual. I literally just turned this thing on and kind of figured it out. And I've said this before, I'm not particularly a technical guy. I'm not really good at this. I'm the guy that usually wants to just kind of give up on things like this. But this is really easy. And with this huge display, I'll just show you something. Well, let me go back to this setting back here, take off our dirt and jazz like that, give it a little cleaner setting. Or actually, let me do one better. I'll just go to a different setting altogether. I'm going to discard that. Right here, before I go into the loop, I'll show you some other cool bits. Hit that, it gives you a set list of everything you want. Clean tones, crunch, dirty, heavy tones, ampy tones, whatever. So they have bits that are basically very open platforms for you to build on, or presets that might be exactly what you want or close enough where you can tweak. So say you want a cool clean tone. Crystal ball, that doesn't sound all that interesting. Let me take, that's something trippy. Take me on home, crystal ball again. I'm just kind of going through these randomly. But as you can see, tons of presets. I find things like this very inspiring. I know a lot of you are purists and you want to build your own tones. You don't want to use some sort of tone that some engineer geek has designed for you. But man, these geeks did some good job. Did a good job on a lot of these. Okay, I'll be watching you. I've got to assume that that is the police thing. Let's see how it is. I can't believe I remembered that riff. I just sort of had to picture myself in my parents' basement as a kid. It's funny, you hear that tone though, and it kind of comes back to you, right? Man, I don't know. To my ears, to my nearly deaf ears, it sounds it sounds really close. Okay, I was talking about the looper, which I love. So set a tone you want. I'll just go back to this. Set just something easy like that. Well, the one thing I would change this, I would add reverb. So just for funsies, let me show you how you do that. Right there, press on that. Reverb. Let's go with 11 reverb. Big theater, sure, why not? Ooh, that is big. Okay, so say you get a basic tone you want. Jump over to your looper right here and press record. See what you get. Oops, screwed it up. Hit the peel back, it's gone. Overdub. It's too cool. Then you can do like half speed, double speed, cut the loop in half, put it in reverse. Anyway, I can play with that jazz for hours and I won't bore you with it, but this is the coolest looper I've ever seen. And I love that it's so easy and so easy to see and so intuitive. And you don't really have to, it's a lot of things I find that I have to learn how they work, and then when I don't play it for a while, I can't remember how it works. This stuff, all the ingredients, all the directions are right there, because the way they designed it, every one of these pedals has a display that changes as the pedal changes. So it's really brilliant. The HeadRush has quad-core processing, which they maintain is the fastest, most powerful processing ever in a guitar effects system. I don't really know what quad-core is, but I guarantee that in this little box is more powerful than what NASA had when they were sending people to the moon if you believe people were sent to the moon. And I'm talking to you, Tim Comiford. This is an amazing box. Other bits about it, you've got, I don't know, hundreds of presets, and the ones that I've rolled through really sound amazing. Now, to read the full written review, go to premierguitar.com. While you're online, make sure you like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, check us out on Instagram, all that jazz. Check out my What Bollinger Plays lessons. It's all out there. What do you say we just spin through? Let's do random spin. Let's go to creamy strat, heavy rock lead, whammy shred. What does that do?
Don't forget to sign up for PG Perks, your all-access pass to exclusive gear giveaways and discounts on premierguitar.com.